Hello and welcome to our first Friday Focus guest. We're very excited actually to have you today. This is Mr. Lewis Field. So thank you very much for coming today, Lewis. Obviously, Steve couldn't make it, so we got you to come in instead to stand in for Steve. Big smiles.
I have no idea why Steve's not on this call, by the way. He has no excuses whatsoever. He's got teams. He should be on this.
He couldn't make it today. So anybody who doesn't know, Lewis Field is the CEO of SCL Education. He founded SCL 20 years ago, and with his business partner, Mr. Steve Franks, who was what do they call it? What was his job title? Chief Operating Officer?
He's chief of footballs or something along those lines.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Steve Franks, he works at SCL as well. So, Lewis, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
birthday. 20. I know I look at Colin, but it's not.
The word is SCL 20 years old this year. So how does it feel to have been in the industry for that long?
It feels like it's gone in a heartbeat, to be honest with you. I think I remember the first time Steve and I set up, we had a coaching course, an after school club, would you believe it, down at one of the primary schools. And it was around this time I remember, because during Easter we're handing out Easter eggs when you could do that back then. There's no tolerances or anything like that. No. And parents loved it, kids loved the course. We had the worst tracksuits, 1980s Umbros tracksuit.
I've still got mine actually. I think I've still got one of those.
We actually donated this to charity, some of the kit, and we actually saw someone in one of our tracksuits, our very first tracksuit, which is a really weird experience.
No way, that's cool.
Yeah, we went, as I said, great after school club, lots of kids on the course, lots of the teachers loved it. Went to renew the next year and to hand out letters, and we forgot to ask permission from the head teacher. So it was our first business lesson, when she wouldn't let us run the next term because she wasn't very happy with it. So that was our first business lesson. Always ask permission.
That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah. So what about your own journey then through sport? So tell us about, we've all had our journeys to get to where we are today. So what was your journey? How did you get to this place today?
Well, I think like most people, Colin, if you love sport was part of my life as a kid. So, I remember parents always taking me to football. I remember first getting involved in football, just playing in the streets back then, in goal.
You could then, though. You could play in the streets back then, couldn't you?
You could, and I said I was only young, so they put me in goal. Then I had a little bit of ability, so let me out on pitch. And then bit by bit, I was introduced to go to a team, started playing for a team, worked my way through the schools, district, county. Fortunate enough to play football, schoolboy level, and went on to YTS professional. And sport for me was my passion. Loved what I did. You kept me on the straight and narrow. It gives you discipline.
Discipline, definitely.
So that was my journey all the way through. And leaving football from then, it was a bit like, what am I going to do now? So sport being in your blood, I can't be thankful enough that we've got all these great people at SCL, and look at what else SCL's become today.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. A question though before we go into the next one. So Messi or Ronaldo, which one?
Oh God, Colin, thanks for that one.
That's all right.
I'm going Ronaldo. He's just
why?
Full-on athlete for me. He's got the whole package. I think he's good in the air, good on the ball. You could go either way on those.
It's hard, isn't it?
I would have gone for the real Ronaldo though, back in the Brazilian.
Oh yeah, definitely the real Ronaldo. Yeah, he was in my fantasy 11. You know what I mean? The top team.
That's the one.
Like, if that's like Ronaldo, Messi, that's the big thing now. But back in sport, have you got your own hero in sport that you've gone, this is like my biggest hero in sport that's like kind of helped you out to where you are?
Well, I remember growing up, I said, look, my parents and every coach or manager who's ever sort of, coached me or I've been managed under have been fantastic. We always learned something from each individual. So it'd be unfair for me to say any, but as a player, as a kid growing up, I was a Liverpool fan because back then Liverpool were winning. And as back in the driving seat, as we say, unless they cancel the league. But back then, my hero was John Barnes. Left wing.
He's not for his World Cup rapping.
No. And you're not going to make me do that either, Colin, today. So the other one for me was him. And I don't know if you remember the striker. I always used to watch his videos, Marco van Basten.
Yeah.
What a player. The goal he scored against Russia. I mean, it still defies belief how he did that. So that's
unbelievable,
They were my idols.
That's two good ones. John Barnes and Van Basten. That's two decent ones. I like them. That's a good answer. I'll give you that. I'll let you have that one. Thank you very much. You've done well there. So your motivation then, so you started SCL because we all start things on our journey. So what was that motivation back then when you sat down and were going, this is what I'm going to do? What was motivating you to do that?
Yeah, I think motivation at the time, Colin, it come from, to be honest, come from failure. You know, I felt that I'd played football my life, and then you get released as a player. You know,
Yeah.
look at yourself and you think, what am I going to do? And I think you find yourself doing jobs or roles that are not what you want to do, but that almost tells you what you do want to do, if that makes sort of sense. So I think that was a motivation. I wanted to stay inside sport. You know, I think I wanted to be out there coaching. What was the next best to being a footballer? It was actually going and coaching. So
Yeah.
to take your coaching badges and then to be able to have, you know, a job coaching was just ideal for me. And the whole dream was to obviously go to America. So when Steve and I set up the business, it was, you know, to take it internationally and go and do the holiday camps and have a nice lifestyle with it. But we got grounded in the UK, and here we've been ever since. So yeah, that was the journey anyway.
Fantastic. You can sign me up. I'll be over there. Sign me up. That's it. That's a game changer. Let's go.
You're in.
Let's go. All right. So, like journeys, because we all start off in one place and we end up somewhere different. I know for me, I never thought I'd end up perhaps, you know, as a teacher when I started off and left school. So you started off as a footballer. Now you're a CEO. When you're back then, so like that leaving school age, going into football, your YTS, did you think this is where you'd end up?
No, do you know what? No. That, in a nutshell, you know, your dream was to play football.
Yeah.
You know, all I used to do is, you know, probably like most kids, kick a ball around. That's all I wanted to do in my spare time. So going from the football to the position you're in now was never an aspiration to be there. It's something I fell into, and like most things, you know, I love football, and for it to take me to where I am, and you look at all the people that I've worked with over the years and the teachers and everyone like that, it's just been, you know, fantastic. I wouldn't be who I am today without the people I've worked around. And like you sort of said, you look to have better people than you are around you, and certainly in SCL we look around and certainly got that.
Oh, thanks. That's what I love to say. That's a good one. That's a good message out for the team.
Especially you, Colin, with all your digital online stuff.
It's not just. There's a big team of people. I'm just the face. That's all.
Face for radio, Colin.
Hey, face for radio. That's actually what Kate said. Face for radio. I don't know, but we're going.
I meant me, but we'll put it on you.
No, so we'll both take on that one. That's fine. So. Has there been moments, right? So there must be, because nobody gets an easy ride. And I think sometimes people see stuff and they go, do you know what? You've had it easy. And I'm not saying anybody's saying that, but you look at some people and go, what an easy lifestyle. So there must have been hard moments during your life that's got you to where you are. So those challenging moments, what were they like and how did you get over them?
Yeah, I remember going on for years and years and years, you used to have a worry or anxiety about the problems coming into your life. You know, like a lot of people, it was no different for myself or Steve. You had the worries of your staff, making sure the families were secure and making sure they were paid, you know, and making sure the business was coming in. And I went on one business course, Colin, and it was one of the professors sort of said, who in this room has got problems? Business problems, who's got problems? So everyone, arms up. And I'm thinking, right, he's going to give me the solution. He said, good. Because if you've got a problem, it means you're in business. No problem, no business. And since then, I've taken that mentality to sort of say with problems, I never look at them as an actual problem. You look at them as, right, okay, how are we going to overcome this problem? If you keep repeating the same problem, granted, you don't want to keep doing that. You want new problems. It means you're in business. It means you're growing as an individual and growing as an organisation. I think as well, what I've learned throughout, you know, my career, and probably same as yourself, is you're that close to success when you're that close to failure. And believe me, it's such a fine line. And there's been times when I think to myself, God, you know, do I keep going? Do I not? But you only fail when you give up, you know, and you can keep moving forward, keep making mistakes, and eventually you will get there. Every mistake is a learning opportunity as well. I think keep that mentality. Whatever you do in life, whatever you apply to, you won't go wrong. But just do not give up.
I think sometimes that's it. It's even that mindset of like the word problem is, I hate that word because I always say it's not a problem, it's a challenge, because it is like a learning opportunity in it. And you take that challenge, you get through it, and then on you go, and you keep marching forward, keep as long as you can.
That's it. Well, I just think if you could go back, you know, in time, if I could go back 20 years, if I could tell my younger self that's what I'd be saying. It's similar for yourself. So for anyone else out there listening, you know, honestly, when you're that close to where you feel when you feel you're failing, you're actually that close to success, and it really has happened time and time again.
Perfect. So SCL, one of the things I love lots of things about working for SCL, as you know, make it clear. But is it one of the big things I love about SCL is our values?
Yes.
So we see a lot about the values, and obviously we have the Excellence Awards all about the values. But tell us about the values for SCL and what it means to you and how they work and impact the way we do our day-to-day business and run things.
Yeah, I think when we first started, you had a core group of people where you didn't have values on the wall, you didn't have missions, you didn't have vision statements, you just all believed in a purpose, almost that why, why you're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I think over the years, we wanted to ensure that was kept within SCL and bring in like-minded people like yourselves and like everyone we've got in the business today. And that's, we wanted people who are passionate, inspirational, reliable, providing excellence and reliable. So I think now, if you look at those people and if you look at the Excellence Awards that we have and all the nominations and what they're doing out in the sector, and it's not just for their peers, it's what they're doing for the young person, the child, for the SCL kids, what they're doing for the young people in the education and training. It's just incredible. I mean, the amount of stuff that's going on, especially what's happening in the current climate. I see all the stuff going online and all social media and how everyone has come together. I think because we've done team sport, that team mentality of winning together, that stronger together mentality is something that I've always sort of strive for. It's probably why Steve and I are in business. You want to have successes with people. And now you look at the SCL family, and when you succeed together, there's no better feeling in my view.
No, definitely. And that goes along with a lot of stuff I think we'd say is the whole thing about the learner and the people come first. That's, I see that all the time, day to day. How does that impact for you?
Yeah, I think it's about putting, like we said before, that it's the SCL family, the learner, the child at the centre of everything we do. And if we keep to that approach, we deliver such an amazing experience for that person, wherever that takes them. And it's for us about leaving that legacy in the communities we serve. And that's not as an organisation, that's the individuals and the SCL family about how they're delivering, who they're delivering to, and what they'll be remembered for. Because the impact that so many teachers, coaches, the support centre, all they have on these children's lives is just incredible. The amount of times we've been stopped previously in supermarkets, just sort of saying how amazing job you've done for these young people. And it's not about SCL, it's about they remember the coach, they remember the teacher. And I think we can go back in, we remember our time, in education. You remember that teacher, you remember that coach. You remember that person who's looking after you. You always remember what a positive impact they had on you. So that's what the SCL family is doing for all the learners and all the children out there today. And I think it's just incredible.
So did you have that teacher then back at school that you go, that was the one? Because I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah, my English teacher. She corrected me with so many things, and she kept me on the straight and narrow, to be honest.
Did she?
She believed in me, and being a bit of a sports person, we can be a bit of a toe rag, should we sort of say, in school, in class. So I think I was one of those, but she kept me on the straight and narrow, and certainly she made sure I kept going with my sport, but made sure my studies were of vast importance. And I'll give you an example. I'm glad that English teacher did that for me, because it enabled me to go on to succeed in some of my academic studies. And I remember one day, from a business point of view, if I can flip this, we used to work in pupil referral units, and me and Steve were coaching there and just providing sports coaching. And they come to us and sort of said, look, could you provide any other teaching assistants, or could you provide maths and English? And we were like, yeah, we'll try at that time. So we put football to a maths and English sessions, and we used those skills in the workplace, which I never thought we were going to use again. So there's a prime example of how, having those basic skills, maths and English, has really sort of helped in a business point of view.
Brilliant. And also just that adaptability, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which I think why sports people are really good sometimes is that they've got that ability to overcome, like we said earlier, about challenges, and just be adaptable and go, do you know what? I've got that skill and I can use it now and transfer into something else.
I think the soft skills and the people skills that you've just learned from those experiences make you a more all-rounded person. Yeah. Whatever you want to go and do in life, whether it's being employed, going out on your own, I think just applying that in everyday life just will make you a success in its own, So
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. So obviously at the moment, I'd imagine, I know for myself, when I was like 16, 17, what I wanted to do in my sport, that was there, but there was nobody to give me a message to go, this is like your message, this is what you could do to succeed in sport and in life. So we've got all of our learners will watch this. So can you give them a message to go, do you know what, guys, you're working hard in your sport and this is how you can succeed and keep going, especially at the moment in these like unique times that we're in?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, I think sport teaches you discipline. I think it teaches you structure. It teaches you that mental will to win as well. And actually, when you're losing, you find out a lot about yourself. And if all the learners here just apply sport and those principles in your studies and whatever you go on to, whatever you're passionate about, you'll be a success in whatever you look to do. I think, during these times as well, if I was going back then, if I could train twice a day, once outside for the hour, but once inside, maybe doing some stuff, I think I'll be a very happy person. So I hope all the learners out there take this period of time to really concentrate, really put your effort into training, because I think you'll come back a lot stronger and a lot fitter.
100%. It's a massive opportunity. That's what I said to my son, actually, the same thing. This is a massive opportunity. There's no competition. Yeah. So it's your opportunity to get yourself strong and fit as you could be, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I know a few learners are doing that. I've seen some of the runs that they've been doing on their hourly.
Yeah.
They've been putting a lot of us to shame. So I won't even post mine at the moment. So, but even if they can do some of that stuff indoors, if it's 20 minutes, 10 minutes indoors as well, whatever you can get done, there's no excuse not to exercise, and you'll feel better for it as well.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's shake hands. Virtual shake hands. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers for that. And obviously next week you can tune into, because next week we'll have somebody else. I don't know who's going to be sat there, talk through their journey in sport to get to this place. And thank you very much.
Always listen. Thank you, Colin. Stay healthy and safe, everyone.